Hello, universe. What's up? It's Brown D619, and topic today: did Lizzo steal it or not? So, in my opinion, and of course, I always got an opinion. Not that y'all give a damn, but here it is. Um, there's two brothers that say that they, Lizzo, and another young lady by the name of Mina, co-created and wrote, arranged a song called Healthy. They say that Lizzo took the line, I took a DNA test and it confirms that I'm 100% that bitch. Something like that, to that effect, to that nature. Okay. First, they also say that the arrangement and the melody also came from the song that they co-created together. The name of that song is called Healthy. Lizzo's song is called Truth Hurts. When you overlap both of those portions of the song, the melody, the arrangement, and the words are exactly alike. Okay? Granted, the key in which she sings it is a little different. However, these young men say that they are entitled to 5%, that they have been trying to rectify this situation for the last 2 years. They say if they do get a kickback, that they will give Mina, which is another young lady, a kickback as well. She tweeted the phrase, the DNA phrase, whatever. She either tweeted it or put it on Instagram, one of the two. So now that the song and the phrase has taken off and it has become one of Lizzo's biggest, she's become a trendsetter by that phrase. Let's first say that phrase, does not necessarily mean that they came up with that phrase at all. Lizzo probably heard it from somewhere else. They probably heard it from somewhere else and decided to throw it in the song, and then it hit. Okay? The problem with the situation that I'm having is that when you're in this business, and I can speak from this because I had a group for many a year called Nubian Spice. I have written and co-written many a song. I actually have songs that I have right now that I have not copywritten. I have not even done a poor man's copyright on. Okay, but every now and again I may get up on stage and I may spit some bars or sing something that I wrote that I've not copywritten or trademarked or whatever. Okay, they're up for grabs. They're up for the taking. Now, there also are times when I've co-written music or songs with other people and I came up with a melody and a phrase that I'm like, ooh, that's off the hook, and I'm going to use this later somewhere else down the line, whether it's on my stuff or someone else's stuff. However, I have creative ability to be able to do so because it's mine. If I take it out of their song where I had put it originally and put it into my own song, it's mine. If I sing it with the same melody that I sang in that song, that I'm singing in this song, it's because I creatively sang it with that melody. It's mine. I arranged it that way. It does not matter that you assisted or were writing on a song that I used that entire arrangement on. That portion is mine. It belongs to me. Okay, so Lizzo's team came out and spoke and said that the brothers had, written and stated that they did not help create or write any parts of Lizzo's song Truth Hurts. And I've yet to see that, but I think, I think what happened in this case is that they're all in the same room together. They're writing a song. They have some input. There is a melody to the song already. Now, if they were suing her for the entire melody of Truth Hurts and that one lyric, then I would have to be like, ooh, I would have to ask, who played those chords? I would need there to be more evidence than you just saying, oh, that came from a song that we were writing together. Because any of my creative content that I put to a song, whether it belongs to John, Dick, or Harry, if it's mine, it's mine, and I'm taking it with me. I'm packing my toys up and I'm going home, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to put it in my home and I'm going to arrange it and sit it exactly the way that I intended for it to be. You can't there come in at that point and say, "Oh my gosh, you took that and you put it in your house and you set it up this way and now it's a huge success." Well, of course it was going to be because it was mine. Take your portion of the song that you contributed and set it up the way you wanted to so that it can get the rave reviews. It's kind of like you say, "Hey John, can you go over there and grab me a pen and a paper?" And then whatever I write down on my pen and my paper, I create some music to it, and then I sing those lyrics and they become a huge success. And then John comes back and says, "Hey, wait a minute, I need some royalties because I'm the one that gave you the pen and the paper to write those lyrics down on and with." You don't get the fuck out of here. I could have wrote it on the grapefruit. I could have not written it at all, and I could have just laid my tracks. But those are mine. Now, if you want your pen and your paper back, I'll give you that. If you want your time back, I'll give you that. How long did we sit in the presence of one another while we were creating our creative stuff? I'll give you that time. But then you have to give me my time back because we sat together in that space creating individually and collectively. That just so happened to be something that was not collective, that belonged to her, and she took it with her and used the melody and the arrangement, and it became a huge success. And now I feel like some feelings are hurt because you want an honorable mention that, hey, these lyrics I created when I was sitting down with X, Y, and Z. We had such a great time, and I feel like if she had said that she was sitting in a room with you guys and you all were there and she put y'all names out there, y'all would be happy with that exposure. But right now you're upset at the fact that she's coming up on something that she created, but because you were there in the presence while she created it and as she put it together, you feel entitled to something. No, you just were there. That's it. That's it. And if it belonged to you in this business, you would know that you have to copyright. You would know that you have to trademark. You would know in order for somebody to be able to use your content, you have to trademark it and copyright it. You hear my kids arguing? They crazy. Everybody in this business knows that. And so now she says, "You know what, this is mine," and that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to trademark it. And y'all really going to be upset. So, you got to do better as content creators. Just got to do better. Now, if your content is that great, you know what I'm saying, why don't you come up with something else and see how far it goes? I think what you guys really want is for her to say, "Hey, I was writing this while I was kicking it with the homies, and this was my part, and they wrote X, Y, and Z. Oh, they have some really dope music. You should go check them out." I think that's actually all you guys really want. So, fall back. If it belonged to you, I think that you would have taken the proper precautions and the proper route to make sure that it would belong to you indefinitely. But since you didn't, here you are. So, content creators, if it's something that you think you've created And sometimes just because you think that you did doesn't necessarily mean that you did. Somebody else could be on the same frequency across the nation, across the world. In Egypt, you could be in America and they could be in Egypt on the same frequency. So, it's ironic, but it happens. So anyway, you guys, I'm just saying, like, I think that the part that she took and that melody and that arrangement exclusively belonged to her, or she would not have used it. She understands how this game goes. And she knows what's hers and what's not. Now, if there's any other part, if you have a video or something like that where you told her, hey, Lizzo, I think you should say, and you should say it this way. No, that's not it. Sing it this way. And she does that, and you have her on video, you have her on recording, any kind of recording or anything like that. You have somebody that can say, I told her to arrange it this way. I wrote these words, and I told her to say it this way and sing it this octave and arrange it this way. Then maybe you may have a dog in the fight. But until that comes out, you ain't got now. I hate to break it to you, but you just don't.